What's going on, guys? This is Vishu from geekstars.info, and today we are going to talk about Internet Protocol, as in IP address, and we are going to go only in detail about IPv4 and not IPv6. The reason I'm making this video is to clear all the basics about IP addresses, so when I make the next video about routers, you understand what is actually going on. Routers deal with IP address a lot, and they also use a technology called network address translation, which like complicates stuff and makes it easier for us to use all those IP addresses that are available. We are not going to talk about IPv6. This is just a basic video. I'm going to talk about the range of IP address classes, the two types of IP address, and why we use an IP address. So, the first things first, you should know that everything is everything in a computer is ones and zeros. They are called binary because there are only two numbers, one and zero. So, if you type a letter A, the computer doesn't know what A is. It knows the value of A. So the ASCII value of A is 65. So every time you type A, the number 65 goes in the memory, like in the processor, and it knows that you have typed A. So this is how everything works in a computer. So in IP addresses too, IP address is, uh, let me show you the format. So any IP address would be in this format, where X is anywhere between 0 to 255. And the reason behind this is there are like 256 valid valid numbers that you can use in an IP address, but since we start from 0, it would be 0 to 255. And the reason we use 256 is because it is 2 raised to 8, and octet can have 8 bits. So if I an octet, as in this, the X thing that we have here is an octet. So an octet can have a maximum value of 256. Let me show you why. So suppose if I want to tell my computer to print number 10, what it would understand is not 10, because it only knows ones and zeros, so it doesn't know what 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 is. So what it would do is, they have a table which is something like this: 1 2 4 and 8. So how can we make 10 using these four values? So we don't need 1, we need 2, we don't need 4, but we need 8. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So whenever I type 10, the computer interprets it as 0101. So as I told you, there are like maximum of 8 bits. So suppose everything is 1. So if this is the thing, so this is like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So if I use the same table over here, you would know that. Let's start from the end. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 4, this is 8, this is 16, this is 32, the next one is 64, and the last one is 128. So if you add all of these values, you would get 255. So that is the reason every address ends at 255. But you can't even use any address beyond 223, because some of them are reserved for multicast and some of them are reserved for future purposes. So even though the valid IP addresses are from 0 to 255, you can actually use any value between 0 to 223. And this is discussed in the IP address classes. There are 5 types of classes, basically A, B, C, D, and E. Each class has a particular range. Let me pull up that table for you. So if I do Google, and if I search for IP address classes, you can see the the values of these classes. So D class is reserved for multi-class 224 to 239, and 240 to 255 is reserved for future purposes. So we are only going to deal with these three classes. And to show you an example, let me try to put that IP address in there. So here, let's go to IPv4 and let me try to put in the value 231, and it would give me an error saying it is not a valid entry because it is reserved for multicast. We'll talk about multicast, broadcast, unicast later on, but at this moment all you need to remember is the values IP address can have a range of 0 to 255, but we can only use any value between 1 and 223. And also you can't start an IP address with 0. If you see the chart over here, class A starts with A starts with 1. So if I try to put 0.0, it won't take 0. It needs a value from 1. Also, one more thing that you should remember is, even though this class A ends at 126, class B starts at 128. So we are skipping the whole 127 range, which is something like 127.x.x.x. The reason behind this is because 127 is reserved for loopback. Loopback is when a computer talks with itself. We use a loopback address to make sure that the network interface card is running and up, and if you can't reach the loopback address, it basically means that your card is at fault and you don't have to troubleshoot the whole network. If I try to ping my loopback address, it's like 127.0.0.1. I would always get a reply because my card is working. So even if your internet is not working, you will always get a reply for this IP address because it is your own card. So now that we have discussed the range of IP address, the classes of IP address, let's go to the two types of IP address. So not two types, yeah. So there are two versions, IPv4 and IPv6, and there are two types in IPv4. We are going to talk about static and dynamic. So static is when the IP address doesn't change. If I open up my screenshot over here, if you enter your IP address manually, then it's a static IP. This IP address would stay with you until you remove it, and this is usually given by the internet service provider, and it's kind of expensive because they are actually allocating you a particular IP address, so they won't give that IP address to any other person. Also, one point to remember is two machines cannot have the same IP address. Even if you try doing that in a network, it would give you an warning saying that there is an IP conflict. So once an ISP gives you an IP address, that is when you have to go in the settings and manually enter it, and then you will have that IP address only for yourself. That is a static IP address. Even after you restart, even after you uh, format your PC. Oh, you will lose it when you format your PC though. But like, yeah, even after you restart, it would still be there. The second type is dynamic. You don't actually have to do anything here. You just select obtain an IP address automatically, and your network card would try to find if there is a DHCP server in the network. If it finds a DHCP server, the server would allocate you an IP. So you don't have to do anything here. And this IP address is always changing until the lease expires, so that is why it is called dynamic IP. I'm going to make a video on DHCP which will cover all of this, so you don't have to worry about this. So the basic things that you should remember is that if you are in a network and you need to talk to other computers, even in a local area network or even in on the internet, if you want to communicate with other devices, you need an IP address. IP address starts from 0 and ends at 255, but we can only use values between 1 and 223. This is the basic format of IP address: 128.64.32.16.8421. If I want to write an IP address like this, 100.10.1.1, if I want to do it in the binary, so this would be, so I don't need 128 but I need 64. So this would be 128 would be 0, 64 would be 1, 32, yeah. So we have 96 now. I don't need 16, I don't need 8, I need 4, and I don't need 2, and I don't need 1. So this is 100. 10 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Let me maximize this. And then 1 is 0, and the last value is 1. And the same goes for the last one. What did I do? Okay. So when you type this IP address, it is actually interpreted as this number by your computer, and that is why you only have 0 to 255 values, because if you put all ones, these are 8 bits, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So if you put all ones, and if we add this up, so 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 will add up to 255. So that is why the range is from 0 to 255. But if you're going to put, if you're going to uh, start an IP address, you cannot put the value 0 because it is not included in any class. You can put it anywhere after the first octet, but not in the first octet. Let me show you that too. So if I try to put 0 and go to the next octet, it won't take it because class A starts with 1. And if I try to put 127.0.0.1, that would actually work, because even though it is not in any class, you still have a valid IP address, because that is the IP address of the NIC. So 127, oh, it is not taking, so my bad. So 127 is reserved for loopback address, so you can't assign that. But basically you can assign any other IP address that you want. So that's it guys, this is like the brief idea of IPv4. When I'm going to talk about DHCP and routers, I will go in detail of how this works. And until then, keep liking my videos, keep subscribing. Thank you.